Hey y'all. Thank you guys for waiting.
Hey everybody, what's up, y'all?
Happy Sunday. I can't believe tomorrow is Monday. Like the weekend is like 10 hours.
Oh, we don't even want to talk about it. Oh no. Hey, Savage Black, K Mo, Sparks, Chris, OMC, and D. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.
Hey everybody.
So we have a few things that we want to talk about today. Guys, I don't know what order you want to go in,
I
because
want to
I
talk
know we
about
put some
Sexy
stuff in the
Red
chat. Okay, let's go in about Sexy Red first.
because here's what I find with Sexy Red. I think there's a double standard. I think there's a lot of colorism going on because
Mm-hmm.
it just seems like they're attacking her for their own personal reasons rather than
Mm-hmm.
what she's doing. Because people was doing what Sexy Red, her type of content and her music, has been doing
Mm-hmm.
for a long time, and I don't see them getting attacked. But everybody's jumping all over Sexy Red, and I like that ski you. I like that damn
Mm-hmm.
song. People was like, "Oh, that's trash," because I posted it. They was like, "That's trash," and she raunchy and she ratchet. Listen, y'all been watching all this ratchet shit on all of these reality shows and all these heifers all up there all this time, and now Sexy Red getting paid for it. It's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true. And you're absolutely correct because, like I said before, had this been Lotto or anybody else that was straight ratchet too, oh, I love her. Oh, I couldn't imagine, what we would do together without the band. But because Sexy Red is a darker skinned girl, she got, not saying she's dark, dark, but, she is not what
Brown.
people consider beautiful, and mainstream. And it's like, but why not? Why not though? Why is it that, this person can do it and this person can't? They're equal in their ability, as far as their rapping goes. So how come they can't? She's sitting over here talking about that Ski song is my shit too. Ski,
I like
that's
that
my
shit.
shit. But it's like you said, Queen, her being pregnant, her talking about, the diseases that are out here with these girls, her being super ratchet, her talking about 30s and all this other stuff. It's a big thing for her to say it you know. But some of these other girls say it, you don't say anything about them. They're not out here like, oh, she nasty or whatever. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
And then they're saying now that who is she pregnant by because her man is supposed to be locked up, and some of them are speculating that she's pregnant by somebody in the industry. But whatever it
Mhm.
is, that's her business, and I'm sure she can
Mhm.
handle it. But I fucks with her, and I just hope sooner or later, once she kicks in the door, because she already has done that, she'll lighten up on her message a little bit, which maybe she won't, because that's what got her in the door. But I fucks with her. I mean,
Right.
it's different categories in music. So I put her in the
Mhm.
category of Little Kim, and Foxy Brown was talking about fucking on the floor, raw dog with the AIDS virus. So
Mhm.
she ain't saying
Mhm.
nothing different than anybody else has been saying.
They're saying about the city girls and all of that clapping and stuff all over the place. What happened with them? People been saying all kind of crazy stuff. The females, I say, they've been saying all kind of stuff. And depending on how you look or how they think you look or whatever the case is, they'll judge on, oh, I can rock with her or I can't. And it
But
shouldn't be like that.
it shouldn't. But that always goes on. I don't even know if people realize that they're doing that. But I peeped it off the
Mhm.
back. What you think,
Mhm.
Lexi?
I think people do that with everything now that I'm noticing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Is it I guess it's personal preference, like I don't know.
Even females are doing that.
Because
Mhm.
I mean, I well also too like with the whole WAP song, like
Right.
I've seen a
Right.
lot of people like people were criticizing it, but a lot more people liked it versus the whole backlash with Sexy Red, I feel like.
Mhm.
But it was because, Cardi and Megan are more, popular than or mainstream, I would say.
I don't even think that because even when Cardi B first popped up, it was like a talk about her real quick, but then oh my God, I love her. Look at her body. Oh my God, she got a C-fish now. Look at her, she's beautiful. Woo walk the down. You know, why is she any different than Sexy Red? Because
Well,
she was
because
ratchet from the beginning.
because um she's biracial, maybe, I don't know.
Is she biracial? I thought she was, what is it? Dominican or whatever she is. I don't know. Regardless, the whole point is that, she had messed up jibs. When she first came in, she was super ratchet, talking about all kind of stuff. People tried to say about,
Her
her and
drugging.
Adele's and she smell and
um
all of this.
I
All of
thought
that
you were
went
gonna
out the
talk about.
door. Go
I thought
ahead.
you were gonna say about her drugging the guys.
That too. But you see how quickly did that go away? That
Hmm.
went away super fast.
Well, because it is a double standard too. Like,
Hmm.
if it was a man saying that, then like nobody would let up. But I think because it's women not letting up on the men, which dudes are at the end of the day thirsty and want to have sex, so they're not gonna apply that same pressure. They be like, oh, well, she could drug me if I can get some. Like, like
Hmm.
that's how.
Hmm. Well, depending on which
Versus
which
we would
chick
be
said it.
like, yeah, we would be like, what? That sounds crazy.
Hmm. Look at made me. He's like, oh my God.
Well, let's
I
go
don't
over
know.
to Miss Jada Pinkett Smith. She get on my goddamn.
Listen, child. I'm so over her. I am so over her. I really am. From the
I,
very beginning.
I think she's clout chasing Tupac's memory because it's
Hmm.
like they're not really relevant anymore. So they do
Hmm.
anything like to be in the spotlight is like a drug to these people. They're super narcissistic. So I
Hmm.
mean, she just keeps trying to hold on to this Tupac thing just because she's not relevant like she used to be.
And I think because she's being painted as the bad guy, which she is. Now that everybody is getting, a little bit of what, their life is like together, I think that's part of the problem. Like she didn't expect people to side with Will, or to just look at her in a bad light. I don't think she
I
expected
don't
that.
think
So
she gave a shit.
I'm confused,
Mhm.
you guys, because
Hmm.
she said they ain't been together for 7 years. They don't live together. Will slap somebody and said his wife. Are they planning on getting divorced? Like, what? I'm just confused.
See her say off with her head.
Yeah, she don't, even if they
Exactly.
were gonna get a divorce, she doesn't have to get up there and keep on trying
No,
to
she
humiliate
doesn't.
to
She
humiliate
doesn't.
this
Right.
guy the way she does. Like she constantly, consecutively, like every 2 to 3 months, she's up there humiliating him.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's my thing though. Do you feel like some of that is his fault? You've been letting her get away with it for so
But what
long.
is he supposed
This
to
is her
do
thing.
though? Like, he would have to come on
I
here
would
and
have
talk.
left her goof ass a long time ago. It's over with, girl. It's over with. When she said that when they got married or whatever, she didn't want to be married, but she felt like she was forced into it. And then he said he bought her this huge house, trying to make a living for them or whatever, and she was really upset and she wanted to divorce him after that, right? I would have left her ass. See you later. Sayonara. It's over
Yeah,
with.
why didn't she marry Tupac then? She talking all that she was all on his bull.
Exactly.
She was all on his wee wee because Tupac wasn't
Exactly.
thinking that way. So you married Will because you was ready to settle down. He was ready to
Hmm.
settle down. And it's no justification for what you doing to Will Smith. Not that I fuck with him because there's a lot of things about him that I wouldn't want to deal with.
True.
And but what she's
Hmm.
doing to him as him being her husband, that shit ain't right.
Yeah.
And publicly,
But
you're
okay, so
right,
but
Hood.
what
I think
if
she bitter. I do.
y'all think he in on it though?
Could
You know
be.
what? I
Because
don't know.
why slap somebody about her? Like, I don't know. Is it all to play just to stay relevant?
Nowadays we don't know. That's the problem. We
But
don't
let
know.
me put it out
What?
there like this. You don't have to be with the person. That's just like, how these guys sit up here and say, I don't play about my baby mama. You not with her. That's your kid's mama. You're not gonna let nobody talk about them. You can say whatever you want to say, but you're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna let nobody else talk about them. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I
You're
felt
not gonna
like.
do it
That's
in
how I
public.
felt.
You're not gonna
Right.
do it in public. You're gonna speak privately to your homegirls or your family members, but you're not gonna get,
Absolutely.
especially if he's a public figure as well.
That's where I feel that came from. It didn't even matter if they were together or not. It mattered that he said what he said in front of all of these people that they know and probably go to parties with all the time. And you're not gonna speak like that about my baby mama. That's how I felt,
Unless
whether they were together or
if
not.
you want to go on the occultic side, because they are heavy into the occult. If you want to go on the occultic side, they're doing a humiliation ritual, which could be what Will
Mhm.
is going through right now. So,
Mhm.
and they're using her to do it.
We did talk about that before,
But here's
Queen.
the crazy
About
part
that.
too. When Will slapped him, a lot of women felt like while he was standing up for his wife, and now Jada comes and say like, oh, they weren't even together. They're like, it's almost like because it didn't work, like now I don't know. I'm just like it could be just so many things with this because, and then if they're not together, they're living separately. Like, why not just like why are you guys going places and acting like you're still married? Oh my
If
god.
you've
So
been separated since 2016, what the fuck made you come out now 7 years later
And
and
say
say,
you might as
and
well
say
just
what you
step it
said?
up or get a divorce. I don't know. That's why I don't understand it.
y'all see what Hood said? He said he got slapped for trying to talk to her, and they supposed to be friends.
Yeah, but that's what dudes do to
Yeah,
me.
I heard about their open relationship because he caught
Bum,
her.
bum, bum.
Allegedly, he caught her sleeping with Mark Anthony, the Spanish singer dude,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and he was messing around with a couple people too. So anyway, she's just annoying. She's annoying to me.
She's very annoying, and it's like I don't know how you think that you're going to get any higher in status by putting this stuff out. Do you think that your book is gonna sell more because you keep humiliating this man over and over and over again? Because like when this stuff first came out, I don't know if y'all followed him on IG. He was going like traveling around the world by himself when he did the little dance on the rooftop and all this other. He was learning how to use the drones and making all this fantastic footage on IG when he was separated from her. And then next thing you know, he started saying, "Oh, yeah, Jada is with me on this trip," and he went to look inside again. It was just strange watching him on IG through that whole scenario after, this thing with what's the little dude's name that she said she slept with in the house? Jada's little friend.
August,
August, him.
Alcina, yeah,
He
mess
said
that
they got
boy
an
head,
open relationship.
mess that boy head up.
But I don't think it would. My thing is though too, how I don't care how much I don't like you, don't care for you. We just doing this for status. I'm not trying to have you in my house where I reside with my kids and my husband, and I'm freaking on you enough. Come on, man.
But wasn't this during the time that they were separated, not living together?
Who
I
knows? Shit.
See,
don't
that's what's
know.
like.
I don't know. I don't know.
She still was doing it
Uh-huh.
under his roof.
Yeah. And so it didn't matter if he was there or not.
Like that's the ultimate disrespect.
Do you hear? I wish somebody in my house. In my house? Are you crazy?
Child,
And yeah, I don't care about that open relationship stuff. I think that's the recipe for disaster.
I think so
Me
too.
personally, because
If that's the
somebody
case,
gonna
why
catch
did you get
feelings.
married? Like, if you're gonna get married,
Exactly.
be married to be married because you love each other. Like all that other shit, you could do business, all that as partners. You ain't got to get
Mhm.
married.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just be single and do you at that point.
Yeah, and have kids and mess
Exactly.
the kids all up. They don't know if they boy or girl, girl or boy. You don't mess the kids up too.
Mhm. And it's weird looking at his set of kids with Jada versus his son with I forget her name. with her. They're
I
totally
forgot her name
different.
too.
Is
Yeah,
it
she
Hmm
played a back.
Cherie or Sheree?
Cherie, yeah,
Cherie,
Cherie.
Cherie,
She
yeah,
got a
that's it.
baby with um Bobby too.
Hmm But you
Wait. She
see,
got a baby with Cole from what's his name? What's the one name
I
that's
thought she
from
only had
Martin.
one. I thought she only had one kid.
All right,
no,
I thought she only had one.
she married to Martin. I mean Cole.
Cole. Oh, really?
Yeah, she
Oh,
married
I
to
didn't
him
know
now.
that. I didn't know that. I don't know. I just feel
Hmm.
like that open relationship stuff that I guess a lot of people in the industry have is some bullshit. I really do because it leads to way too much drama, like what's happening here with Will and Jada, you know, or it leads to some type of unaliving. That's
Unaliving,
just
misery, falling off,
yes.
humiliation, all types of open doors for
hmm
negativity.
It is. And the public adds way too much to it. So if you were already feeling bad, the public adds 100 times more drama to it because they start putting in little, oh, so that time that we saw him with so and so was that, did you know about that? What were they doing there? Oh, we saw them at dinner and they looked like they were having a good old time and coming up with pictures and stuff. The internet or public, whatever you want to say, they add way too much to it. That's why if you having issues, keep it out, keep it to yourself
Well,
if
and
you can.
also too, that's why sometimes I be like, do I really want to be making videos on YouTube and stuff? Because it's not even
Mhm.
that. Like people are literally going to dig on you and like
Mhm.
put the information out there, and it's like I actually like being a regular person and nobody really caring about who I am. You know,
Hmm.
Mhm.
like
I understand what you're saying. That's
Mhm.
why I make videos.
grow and
I
learn
really
about
try not to be too personal because,
Mhm.
and I try not to really like if people are fighting with each other, I stay out of it because I don't want to bring that element to my image.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to be going at it with people online. That's just not me.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's just a trap off for just totally something bad to fucking happen.
you. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and
Right.
not even that. Like I like got real life problems going on, so to involve myself into stuff that don't even really have anything to do with me. I'm not. That's adding extra stuff to my life that I don't even have time for.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the problem with the internet too. And I think people go in on other people when you give a lot of opinions based on, whatever you're trying to put up. And then that's when they really want to go in versus
But then
you,
again,
putting up something that's fact.
but it's like, how could you art like how we're talking about this whole Jada and stuff?
Mhm.
We don't have a real opinion on it
Mhm.
because we don't even really know. Like, there's some questions that we just had, like, oh, well, we don't know if we'll like, so we
Mhm.
can't fully draw a conclusion, and also we really don't know
Exactly.
them either. So for people to come on here and say, oh no, this is law about them,
Mhm.
it's mind blowing.
Yeah, we can
Right.
only talk about how it looks and how it
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
That's all
Mhm.
we can really
From
talk.
what we're seeing.
But we can't swear on nobody because we don't really actually know all the
Oh, yeah.
all the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that
Right.
leads us into the FBG Duck case.
Yes, let's do it.
I was watching the lawyer, the criminal lawyer Bruce Rivers this morning,
Bruce Rivers. Yep,
and
me
he
too.
basically said that they are going to be convicted.
Mhm.
He said there's going to be no way out of this for them. There's too much evidence, and
Mhm.
most of the evidence he said that's going to incriminate them and bring them down is their own stuff, their own things they were saying on their media, social media, and YouTube. So
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
Because a
he
lot of
didn't.
people were thinking that they wouldn't be able to pull in all of those things, because remember, they going back to what, 2010 or whatever with information that's
So
been
the
put out
stuff,
there.
like the stuff that they're saying online and in songs, is real.
Well, they could do that because this is a RICO case, which is what they
Mhm.
actually really needed to gather, to even if the evidence wasn't strong enough against Duck, they have more things that they could throw on them regarding the Rico case
Mhm.
that could convict them. So they spread that umbrella wide for a reason. They've been watching them. They've been knew what was
Mhm.
going on.
Mhm.
And stop blaming outsiders. Nobody on the outside on YouTube or nowhere else called y'all and told y'all to go to the Gold Coast and gun that brother down like that. So you got to deal
Right.
with what comes with it. Don't be mad at everybody else.
Right. And it's kind of sad that you live here. Most of them have lived there here their entire lives. You know that downtown is not the right place to commit crime. Well, you should have, and especially not the Gold Coast, the coveted area. That tourists go. Like I told you, it's like a Rodeo Drive, or what is it called in New York, Queen?
Fifth Avenue,
Fifth Avenue. Yeah, stuff
um,
like that's
Times
where that
Square, like
area is.
those
Yeah.
areas in the cities that where the rich people come and the tourists go to shop and all that. And
Mhm.
do you don't mess around over there?
Mm-mm. Not at
What
all.
made them think
Not
they
at
could
all.
do that in the first place? Like you must not have no common sense.
Hmm. Exactly. And the fact that they have video of you from where Old Block was heading to the location and that's a lot right there.
Listen, they knew how fast they was driving. They knew who was in
Hmm.
each car,
Hmm.
and they knew exactly where they was going headed to.
Hmm.
And they haven't released all of the evidence that they have to the public yet
Nope.
anyway. So everybody's making assumption based on absolutely nothing because we don't have
Hmm.
all the details yet.
Right.
And they said that in the first batch of paperwork, they said everything has not been revealed to the public.
Right. And then you wonder what part the police department is gonna play for Mama Duck, and if she sues or whatever happens, because we watched it. We watched it in 4K with him laying there and the police looking at him and talking to him and not rendering any type of aid. We saw it.
Even the
Yeah, why
criminal lawyer,
did they do that?
Even Bruce Rivers said that. I have my own
He
theory of
said
why.
that today.
Yep, he sure did. I have my own
Mhm.
theory of why they did that because they knew exactly who Duck was. Okay,
Mhm.
they knew who he
Mhm.
was. He
Yeah.
said that even police officers have EMT training and everything. So all of that, you're
Mhm.
not supposed to touch the body and all of the person when they in need of help or in distress. That's a lie. They have training to do that.
Mhm.
Plus, they was picking up trajectories off the floor, and they was not forensics
They were
officers.
not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Not supposed to do that. Nope.
So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they get hit with some type of charge for what they did
Mhm.
on the scene of that crime.
Mhm. Because it was way too much footage, you know. And like I told Mama Duck, that we are going to continue to pray for their family, her and Les, and the rest of their family, because that is difficult. That is very difficult to sit and watch during a trial, especially when, everybody's saying that it's a slam dunk case. We'll see, because we don't know everything that they have, but that's a lot to sit there and watch for that amount of time. It was all over social media, everywhere.
I told y'all I'm from New York City. I never stepped foot in Chicago.
Hmm.
I don't know anybody from Chicago to talk to fill me in. And I figured everything out myself from watching
Hmm.
social media,
Well,
from
it's some of
their
the first
posts.
reports that came out. Like, remember we talked about this, Queen, when we said a lot of the first reports that come out is more close or
Accurate.
closer to the truth than
Hmm.
anything. And that's kind of all of that stuff was coming out right at the very beginning.
Listen, I told y'all within a week I knew who Muwab was and all the rest of
Hmm.
those names surrounding this case. And like I said, I didn't know anybody from Chicago. And I never spoke to anybody from Chicago, but you don't have to. That's why when these people get up here and they have these actual people from Chicago on their
Hmm.
platforms and they don't know what the hell they're talking about, there's no excuse for that because everything is there.
Hmm.
And it's still there to this day.
It sure is because not only were, they showing them here and there on lives, they also were putting stuff in their music, then they shooting the videos and showing all kind of stuff in the video. Like, what is wrong with you?
And their IG lives when they was talking, and the
That's
people
what I'm
that
talking
were
about.
coming in the
Yeah.
comments, like,
Mm-hmm.
um, damn, it was something else I was about to say, and I forgot, but I hope it comes back to me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Damn, I
I
didn't know
just
all
hope
this was
that
going on.
it's a
Oh,
lot.
the
It was a
criminal
lot.
look. I kept saying that people think that when it's hood stuff online, that
Mm-hmm.
it's everything is invisible to investigators and police officials. But the same way, you see how the criminal lawyer Bruce Rivers got up there and broke it all down. Oh, Duck was from
Mm-hmm.
63rd, and he had beef
Mm-hmm.
with OTF, and he had beef with O Block because he could see it online.
It was all online. And it was
But you
funny
know what's so
how he
crazy to
go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
we're not
Lexi.
the only ones that can watch and find out what's going on. Everybody and their mother that has access to YouTube or the internet can see what was going on if they really want to
Mm-hmm.
know what happened. One thing leads you
Exactly.
to the next.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And like you said, he had on those duck Gucci shoes. Like, what is wrong with you? And they was up there saying hi as duck on their videos. It was just in their
And the
songs. It
lyrics,
was
yeah, the
weird.
lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
Los, the song he made with C Murder
Mm-hmm.
or C
Mm-hmm.
whatever his name is, the one that they said stood over Duck, he was really going in on his song, and I'm sure they're gonna play that
Mm-hmm.
song in court
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
because he was going detail for detail and blow for blow.
That's right, Chris. He said that's how Trapler Ross does his videos because everything is on the internet. It is a true story.
Hmm.
It is a true story. And
And once,
Trapler Ross, Crime Scene 88, all of them.
right, once it hits the public media, once it hits these
Hmm.
broadcasting systems and these platforms and IG and Facebook and all that, it no longer belongs to anybody. It belongs to the public now. Now the public knows about it,
Hmm.
and they're gonna speak
Exactly.
on it.
That is true. That's right, Chris. That they brought that up too. About that was a may have been a form of payment. Yep.
What may have been a form of payment?
He said King Von buying the O Block chains and passing out money on that live stream that he did, that
Hmm.
video.
Well, I think they
Hmm.
can use it for that. They could always say it was a part of that, even if he was just doing it on his own. But
right.
Hmm.
the timing was very suspicious. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And even now, like, I was watching a live now. Remember, Edol, he wasn't usually on, lives on IG. But he's been on live lately, showing off his chain, telling people come and get it. People been saying little stuff in the comments. He's like, come and get it then. You know where I'm at. I'm like, wow. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. There's too much going on to be playing around though.
I mean, at what point are like people are just gonna we just seen this time and time and time again. Like it's just mind blowing how people are still gang banging, and then even knowing that there's Ricos and stuff, and people are still getting online telling people where they're from.
Well, my
Because
son
people don't
answered
think it's
that.
gonna happen to them. Go
My
ahead,
son
Queen.
answered that for me because I asked him, "How could you get in trouble with all the things that I taught you, and all the things that
Mm-hmm.
I showed you and pointed out to you, so that you know that that lifestyle is not lucrative?" And he said, "Ma, we don't listen to y'all like that. Like we think y'all don't
Right.
know what y'all talking about, and we also think that it can't happen to us." So
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I just said. You don't
those
think
are the
it can
two
happen
main
to them?
things that my son told me happens, even when the
Hmm.
parents are trying to, school them.
Hmm. Even when they're seeing their friends go through it, they still don't think it's gonna happen. Oh, he was dumb. He shouldn't have did so and so, so and so. I'll never do that. And then here you go in the same seat.
Hmm.
Sad.
So I told my son, I said, you see how a hard head make a soft ass?
Facts.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I said, because you can't possibly think that I didn't know what I was talking about. You knew the lifestyle that I led. Like I told you everything. You spoke to my friends. You saw things. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You heard about things that was going on in the neighborhood. You see how the block changes every 3 years. I pointed all these things out, but kids are impressionable, and once they grab onto a certain type of image, they just
Mhm.
follow that image. They make their
Mhm.
own choices.
Yeah.
Exactly, Chris. He said because some people grew up on the block, they're hood thinking, and that is their whole world. And that's true. That's true. They don't know anything outside of, you know, what's on their block in their hood.
This is why I work hard to show my son that there's more things important in life than the block because this, but even then, like you said, they have their
Lexi,
own choices. They can
Lexi,
still,
I was going to college and working. I used to sit my son down and tell him, "You see what mommy is doing? You see I'm
Mhm.
working. You see I go to school." I said, "Don't do this late like I did." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Don't
yeah,
go to
Mhm.
school late. Go to school early. My son's first job was the job that he had. He became a manager. He was only 18 years old. He was managing the whole business. I said, all you have to do is go to school for 2 years and get an associate's, because you pass somebody with a master's degree with no experience, because you already did it. I planted all these seeds, girl. Just plant the seeds. That's all we can do. We can't guarantee that they're
yeah,
going to choose that road, though. I learned that.
It's true because I think, Lexi, we talked about this before, and I told you it's like myself and my brother is like night and day. You would never have thought that we grew up in the same house. And it was like my parents are, we're middle class in the city. We live in a nicer neighborhood or whatever, and we were where somebody took us to school, back and forth to school, every day. We begged when we were in high school, right before I got my driver's license. Begged, please let us take, public transportation. Everybody else, riding the bus with their friends, the CTA and stuff. So our parents let us ride the bus for 1 year, and then I got a car right after that. But it was still weird because if you look at how I grew up, and the things that I did versus the stuff that my brother did, I was like, what the heck is happening?
That's what my son
We-
was doing. He was
what is
doing shit.
happening?
I wasn't the type of mother that was oblivious and didn't have
Hmm.
my ear to the street, even though I wasn't living
Right.
in the street. But I
Hmm.
didn't know my son had a weed spot across the fucking street. You know what I'm saying? Till after.
I didn't know half the shit my brother was doing. Not even half.
Because you know what? The
Okay.
kids will protect them and not let you know, not let the family know.
yeah.
Hmm.
No, that's true.
Hmm. Yep. And it wasn't until this lady, we were friends with this lady that owned a store off our block, and she called my mother to the store and was like, I need to have to talk to you about your son because I don't think you know what's going on. And she broke it all the way down, all the stuff that she saw my brother doing because she owned the corner store, So she
Right.
watching everything from her window that my brother was doing.
Well, they
Okay.
didn't
And
tell
she
me
was
till
like,
after my
wow.
son got locked up. Like, they didn't tell me absolutely nothing.
Hmm.
And I was a little upset about that, but then again, they felt they was protecting him from me, but they didn't know no better.
Right. And that's true. And then some people don't want to be involved because they don't know what the person is gonna do. This lady, she was just one of the, how when you got one of them people, I don't care. Your kid is my kid kind of thing, and that's how she was, and nobody ever messed with her. But she told on him. And after that, I think it was another year or so before my mother forced him to go to college, regardless if he he finished, but she made
Hmm.
him move away. She wanted him to, get away from the block. And we were just talking about that, moving away from the block. Luckily, he hadn't gotten into anything too bad that she couldn't, make him go. She was able to force him to go away for a year. And he started having a different mindset, a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. But, he's different now. It took him a long time to get there, though. A long time to get there.
Well, my son went away and he got worse. He got worse when he went
Mm-hmm.
away. But he
Hmm.
told me, he said, Ma, it's not your fault. He said, you did everything you could. He said, ultimately, this is how exactly what he said. I had a plethora of opportunities and I chose the
Hmm.
wrong one. I was like, boy, I did teach you a
See,
little something, something. At least you have
that's what I'm
accountability.
saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can't always, that's what I mean by you can't always blame the parents, because I'm a prime example. Queen, you're another example that it doesn't matter what the parents did. Like my parents were at home. My mother was at home by 5 o'clock every day. Okay. So she was here with us. It wasn't like, we could be out and about. My mother and was my father off on the weekend? I think both of them were off on the weekend. So it wasn't like we were out here just fending for ourselves. We had no home training, none of that. And my mother used to take us everywhere. If my father had to work, she would take us, let's go downtown and experience French food this weekend, or let's go downtown and we'll have Cantonese. We're going to go to the museum. We're going to do, these are the things that she, had as an experience for us every weekend. Or she would have people come to our house. We weren't going to other people's house. So it was just weird that my brother still turned that way.
Listen, my family was foreigners. I used to travel from country to country on a plane,
Hmm.
going to other countries, doing other things. I spoke a whole different language.
You said your
Hmm.
family were foreigners?
Yeah, my family is
Hmm.
Central American. They're
Hmm.
Spanish.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and I was an A student, but me being an A student, I was able to hide what I was doing with that. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
I told y'all that hip hop was being formed, so I was cutting school. I was throwing my clothes out the window to my friends so I could go to parties and jams, so I could get on the mic, like all that kind of stuff.
Not
So
get on the
you,
mic. Okay,
Hmm.
yeah,
queen.
you can't stop your children from doing
Mm-mm.
you can what you can do is instill certain values in them, and that helps.
Exactly. 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 I know I was too afraid to, my brother used to say, "Oh, get your ass out of here. You're not gonna do nothing ever. Get your scary ass." He used to call me all kind of stuff because I was too afraid of letting my parents down. That was my thing. But if I did try to sneak out or try to do something like that, my mother would always find out. I was like, no, no, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke from nobody. I'm gonna
Listen,
just
my
stay
mother
over
used to
here.
come to the jams in the neighborhood
Yes.
and shut the whole fucking jam down. Look, have the police look
Yes.
for me in the fucking. And they used to be like, Renee, where was you at? Your mother shut the whole jam
I
down. I'm
swear.
in another neighborhood at that jam. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I swear to you.
So,
Swear. And they would try to show up the worst way possible. Like my mother would come in her house dress with her rollers in her hair. I would be so embarrassed. Like, why you gotta come up here looking like that though? She's like, you should have
not
had your ass in the
only
house. Go home. I'm like, okay, sorry.
not
Love
only with the
y'all. Y'all.
partying, but then I started hanging out with the worst criminals in the neighborhood because since I was so popular,
Mhm.
you hanging with the popular crowd, and the popular
Mhm.
crowd was the criminals. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
geez.
that's where I got a lot of my education, y'all.
See. And that's where me and Queen split because I didn't hang out with none of anybody that was friends with my brother. Fuck that. I'm good. I'm gonna stay over here. I did not play
An
around
older
with any
brother
of his
or a
friends.
younger brother or nothing, but I don't know. I just hung out with dudes a lot. Like I always hung out with the dudes. And
Hmm.
I liked being with them more than I liked being with females because it was too much drama.
Same. That's the
hmm
same with me. Street Code said he was free to roam the streets at 12. Dang.
I was
Girl, I
13,
wish.
but I wasn't having sex or nothing. I was just going to parties and jumping on the microphone. Shit.
Hmm. Yeah, like I wasn't. My mother wasn't having that. My mother or my father. My father come out with his pistol and all kind of stuff. I'm like, no, no. We'll
Oh,
just
my
stay over
uncle
here.
did
Thanks
that.
a lot.
My uncle came. My uncle came shooting up the block.
I
Everybody.
don't like that you had to say that though, because that's what people think. Just because you out hanging out, like you hoeing around, like.
Oh no, no,
Why
yeah.
does it have to like be that? You know, like for women.
They swore I was sleeping
Mm,
with somebody. They swore I was. I
mhm.
wasn't. I kept my virginity till I was 16. And the first time I slept with someone, which was my son's father, I got pregnant right then and there. Like, so
Mm.
I wasn't sleeping around with people. And I was with my son's father till he died.
See, but
Yeah.
you're right. That is a stigma that's out there that you must be out here messing around with some little boy. And it was funny because um one of the girls that I know that's in college right now, so we kind of mentor or whatever. She said that her dad said that to her because she wasn't like calling on the regular because she's busy. I mean, she's trying to do all of this stuff in college, trying to fill it out and see, which direction she wants to go. And so she's into a lot of things on top of, getting good grades. And her dad was like, "Oh, I finally got in touch with you. What you doing? You got a little male friend or something? Is that the reason why you're not calling?" I said, "Wait, what? That's your dad? The
Hmm.
hell kind of shit is that?
I
That's
know one
funny."
thing though, when you grow up in the hood, you really be attracted to hood dudes. Like I know that
Mhm.
like I couldn't see myself with a square because even though I was
Mhm.
a square to a certain degree,
Mhm.
um, I couldn't see myself with a square. Like they had to be a hood dude. That's one thing that the hood does to you when you grow up in the hood.
Mhm.
Like you don't want to be with the square dudes. You want to be with the popular dudes. You know.
Mhm. That's true. And that there's like, it's funny you
I
said
don't even think it's
square,
that
but then
either.
you
I think
said
that's
popular.
I think it's they're more like if you're already in that environment, there's if they're there, like that's really your pickings too, in a sense. Like
Nah, nah, nah.
well no, I'm
Nah,
saying
nah, nah.
I guess like also too, like for me, like growing up, like okay, so you know how that whole like Seti Nash video, right? They were saying how like he was talking proper. But like
Mhm.
in California, like that's how a lot of the hood dudes are. Like they talk like that, but like I don't know. It's so you don't really even know. Even when you if they're like you can kind of tell they're a hood dude by how they dress and who they hang with, but when they're with you,
Mhm.
they're regular.
Exactly.
So
Mhm.
it's like
Mhm.
I don't know. It's so weird. So
But it
you
was
like
just
for
it's
me,
just
I
that
would have
little
never.
edge to them though. That's
You
that
said
little
what happened?
edge. You want
Right.
that little edge to them though. You
Right.
can't
Right.
have somebody that's out and feel like, oh, let's go have ice cream and make cakes or something. You like, get your
Right.
lame ass out of
And the
here.
coolness and the smoothness, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they move,
Mhm. Mhm.
it was just
Mhm.
cool. The coolness of them that attracted me to them.
I swear, I swear, because I can say in high school I was with he was the star football player, right? And I was with him, and he was real square. He was very like, let's go to the movies and go out to dinner and that sort of thing. And he was very popular. Don't get me wrong, and but I felt like he was moving too slow. I need somebody with a little air. Let's go, let's roll. And I
Okay,
ended up
so the
going with this
hood
other
dudes.
guy. So.
So then the hood dudes back then are different because, like, when I hear them say bro, on phone," like I don't understand. Like,
I ain't fooling with nobody like that. That's different. You come to me talking about some phone number. Get your if you don't get your phone up out of here. No, no, we not
Well,
doing
we was
that.
fucking with when we was younger. The dudes that we was messing with that was from the streets had money, and if they wanted
Yeah.
to date you, they would take you on a shopping spree. They would take
Mhm.
you on a trip out of the country, that type of shit. So it was hard to stay away from that. If I would go to a restaurant and all of them was in there and they was taking too long with my food, they would take me in a caravan to another. Renee, they taking too long with your food? Yeah, come on, take me in a caravan to another restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
wait,
So it was really like it was living in a fantasy when growing up with them. It was amazing.
Mhm.
I wouldn't change a thing about it.
That's what I'm talking about. I wish I was
Except
around.
people got killed and people went to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I don't know. I don't think I was ever in like a shootout or anything like that too.
Oh, I jumped in the middle of the shootout one time and stopped it. I stopped them from killing each other. And I
Wow.
only did that because I knew they wasn't gonna shoot me. You know what I'm saying? I said, "What, y'all gonna shoot me?" And they was like, "Nah, Renee." But I was like, "I don't care. Go home. Y'all go home, and y'all go home." And they went home.
Wow.
So, but anyway, back to the thing with the when you from a certain neighborhood, you like street dudes. Um, I think that I even grew older. Now I like reformed street dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
I
weak.
just can't be with. I just can't. I'm not attracted to. Let me say that. I haven't found anyone that I was attracted to that didn't have some type of edge with them. Like it could be good or it could be bad.
I don't know, man.
And you said the speaking properly thing. It was a lot of dudes that spoke properly that they would shoot you in your fucking head if you crossed them. So I never judged them by that. I judged them by their action because I was an observer. I could see how they move. So
I think this new era of street dudes is different from the ones that I'm used
oh,
to.
they way different,
Yeah.
way different. They don't have. I would say the boundaries is a little bit different now than it used to be.
Yeah. Cause ain't no way a hood dude I'm talking to would come in and tell me about some crimes he committing. You know, like
Oh, I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to get into that part. I almost got killed fucking with these niggas, yo. Believe me. But we had something else on the list. Chrisean. Where did he go?
I don't know. She probably got a phone call.
Um, did you
Wait,
you
you said I didn't see anything about it besides what y'all said, but like how you know that she's trying to get pregnant again?
because she said it in her own post. And she said it in one of her live videos. She said in 6 weeks I'll be pregnant by Blueface again.
Oh, no way.
Even
Wow.
though he went and did what he did with the baby, showing the baby's hernia on social media and saying the things that he said.
And her claiming to press charges and
Yeah, like that. You know what you just said about Jada and Will? I'm
Mhm.
questioning Blueface and Chrisean and Jade and Alexis now too.
No, I think it has to be because honestly, it's a numbers game too, probably with them, and all this stuff brings them the attention. Then you see them doing concerts, making a song, going back like,
She said, I could go to her. She said some really disgusting stuff about bloody PUSSY, and can you get pregnant while you're actually leaking? Listen,
wow.
it was really gruesome. Like it was really, I don't know what word you want to call it. Vulgar rather, and that she just got smashed, and it felt so good. It was so beautiful, and all this stuff. Like some things these
And
kids.
it was by Blueface, you saying, or
Yeah, she basically said everybody else is saying Blueface, but then Blueface came out and said it could never be me. So I don't know. I can't keep up. Like trying to
I'm
keep up
so over them. I just don't know what to
I
do.
trying to keep up with them two is like a full-time freaking job, yo.
But you remember Krishan said that not too long after she had Junior. You remember that? And his mama responded and said, "You're not gonna get pregnant by my son again." She said that right after she had Junior.
And then
That she
Jaden
was
was
gonna
saying
have another.
Jaden might be pregnant too. So I don't know what kind of pregnancy
Oh,
and bloody PUSSY and all this crazy shit they going on with over there. I don't know.
that's enough.
see.
Then
Okay, at that point, like, there's not enough money in the world for me to want to go through stuff like that.
on in front of the world at that.
Right, right.
Much less privately, you don't want to go through that thing in front of the world either.
Yeah, no, it's
Exactly.
embarrassing.
And she then you got the sisters with their gruesome stories leaking out now. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to move away from that a little bit with that. Too much.
Yeah. Well, because and then it's like, how do we know like what's real and what's not? And it's just playing on our
Well, one of
emotions.
the sisters, the oldest one, China, she said she's going to take a lie
A
detector
lie detector. Hmm.
about the accusations of sexual molestation that her siblings did to her kids,
Hmm.
and that Chrisean father molested her. And then they were saying she might have a baby by Chrisean father, the older sister. Like, it's just really,
Yep.
really
Wow.
disgusting.
Yep.
Wow.
That's kind of bad.
So every day there's a new some kind of scandalous mess come out of that.
That's deep. I didn't know, man.
But I'm waiting for
Because then even like to take a lie detector test, because it's like clearly you trying to like to prove to everybody that you're not, that you're telling the truth. But if it comes back that you're telling the truth, it's still going to be people like, well, what type of lie detector test did you take? How do we know? Like, it's just you can't win on this damn internet.
hmm then somebody was telling her that they was going to set up a YouTube channel so she can get her story out, and they did, and they had a fallout, and now he just talking about the girl and just bashing her all over the internet. So
Damn.
it's always something.
Hmm.
And I'm waiting to see when Mikey's gonna get up there, Mike Wooski's brother, and do his little interviews. Cause I'm waiting to see that.
You think he gonna do it?
I hope he do. I think he might want to do it to clear his name since he's been labeled a snitch all these years.
Hmm.
He might want to
I
do it.
don't even think he cared because what they not gonna do
Right.
nothing to him. Like, it was already said they not about to do anything to him. So I don't think he really
And
care
see
unless
again,
it's just to get some money.
and then
Exactly.
again to clear your name from people you really don't know, like,
Well,
and then you
well,
clear your name and people
it's
are
a
still
good
gonna say something.
it's a good opening door for him to get
Hmm.
on these YouTube circuits, on the
That's
social
true.
media platforms.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah,
Unfortunately.
that's true. But what if he does have smoke behind what he did? I don't know.
Smoke from who? Every damn body you might have smoke with is gone now.
That's true.
Okay. Okay.
The
I don't
ones that
know.
would step to him about it.
He said the internet makes people believe they're important enough that people have to explain themselves to them. Exactly. And that's the part right there. This internet be out of control. Like, you come on up here and explain yourself. Come on up here and tell us the real story. What? They don't have to tell you anything.
That's the ego in people.
Mm-hmm.
They going off their egos.
Yep. Because I feel
So
like, one thing that I heard on a live last night was, sometimes you just be quiet and let people think whatever they want to think, because regardless if you respond or not, they're still going to think
Gonna think
whatever they want to
that
think.
that that is so true.
mm-mm-mm.
So I don't know. I think we had some more topics, didn't we, Queen? Remember?
I think we covered mostly all the topics we had.
Did
What
we?
we said: Sexy Red, Chrisean Rock, FBG Duck's case,
Mm-hmm.
Will and Jada.
Mm-hmm.
We basically
Mm-hmm.
covered mostly everything. Blissful
Um,
ignorance is what has us going in the direction we going in OMC. But I did like
mm-hmm.
that live that I saw with Yella and Tay Savage where they was discussing Adam 22. And they was
Mm-hmm.
like, didn't he have allegations about sexual molestation or something with a child? And they,
Right.
took the attention off the back and forth and the beefing and the this and the that and the gangs. And they was actually talking some real shit in that live.
And speaking of
Okay, but
him, you
honest,
see that
sorry.
famous Richard made a song about his wife?
Oh, that was hilarious.
But honestly, with
Oh my
them
God.
doing that, what is that
Hmm.
actually going to do if people are going to keep continuing to go up there and not really investigate what actually happened with that?
What you mean, them revealing what Adam did or what they think
Yeah.
Adam did?
Yeah. People are going to still keep going. Like, they were up there.
Hmm.
Ruger
And
revealed it. Ruger revealed it. Ruger's the one
Hmm.
that put it out there.
But
Well,
that's
I
all
don't
about
know.
like do
I
your
don't know about
homework.
that. I don't know because I had been knew this about Adam a while. Like this been going on for a
Well, I
while.
mean, to the general public that didn't know about it, like that may not have, like to the genre that listens to Ruger and listens to Adam 22, a lot of them didn't know.
Hmm. Right, because that's when we talk about stuff happening in Chicago. I was right after I watched about the Duck case, I was that Adam 22 and Jay Main came up, you know. And throughout the whole interview, J Main kept saying, "Dang, Adam, you didn't do your homework. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do your homework." Because Adam had no idea of all of the stuff that's happening in Chicago
Because he has
and what
another
means
he
what.
has another agenda.
Of course,
He has his
but
own
I mean
agenda. So
the
he really
same
don't
goes
get.
vice versa.
Yeah, as long as he, Adam 22 always to me displayed interest in what was going on in Chicago, but he really
Hmm.
stepped it up, bringing people from Chicago on his platform after they started talking about peace. I don't know if anybody
Hmm.
else peeped it, but I did.
Yeah, I did too.
Hmm.
And it's pinning each
Hmm.
other against. Well, just bringing someone up and depending on what they answer is making people beef within each other. And then now Adam is now talking about people in Chicago, and now people are feeling it, but he's using them to build his platform. I don't know. It's just.
We've
Well,
been
he
said
kept
that.
he
We've been
kept
said
up
that
the
all the
controversy.
time.
That's what he did.
Well, and
He
that's
would,
what he keeps
they
saying.
used to
It's
say.
content. It's content. But when does it end? Because some of the
Well,
stuff.
OMC.
they kept saying about him bringing up the ops, like he was always interviewing the ops, and you wouldn't go to the other side. So Jermaine brought it up about how he went to O Block, but he couldn't come down the street and come to 63rd and see those people. You made it seem like, you was just on their side. That's what Jermaine said during his interview, and it was true. You were right there. You always
He
want to
was
know
he was
everything about
cloud chasing.
Chicago.
He was
Yes,
cloud
he
chasing
was. Hey,
because
Nene.
hey Nene, because
Hey, Nene.
most of the world was looking at O Block because they was the ones with the record contracts and you know what I'm saying. They
Mm-hmm.
got most of the
Yeah.
people watching them because of that, and so he went
Mm-hmm.
rolling on. Everybody was rolling with them at that time. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Mostly everybody on
Mm-hmm.
them platforms because, and I think a few of them was in the club, so they had to roll with them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but
Yep.
also about J Main going with the whoops to the
The mural.
to King Ron's mural.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that he was just doing that as a gesture of going along with what he's been talking about the old Blackians and all of that. I don't it's I don't see what he did was so bad. Like I didn't see him mocking Vaughn. I didn't look at it that way.
That's like how y'all said about when he said he's bigger than Duck. Like I honestly feel like at this point he's like a Charleston White, like a wow fact, like to get because he knows how to work the algorithm to where people
Mm-hmm.
he'll make y'all feel some type of way to where now we're talking, like I that's what I honestly think that he's doing.
I feel like J Man is not dumb. He's not dumb. Like you're right about the algorithm. And I feel like he's gonna do whatever he feels he needs to do, regardless of whose feelings it hurts or
Yeah, to
regardless of
keep
what
his
people think
family.
about
Yeah.
it. I do feel like that because my thing is it's all about timing and what you say and how you say. So like
Mm-hmm.
when he was saying he was bigger than Duck, why are you saying that to Les? Like, why would you say that? I don't even care if you was playing, but you up here hollering and screaming and doing all of it. Don't play like that.
I think that
Especially at a time like this.
yeah, I think that was disrespectful that he said that to them.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
as far as him putting the doggone whoops there next to I don't think that was a bad. I don't think he was trying to mock them or disrespect them by doing that.
I could see how
Oh,
that could look. I could see how it can be looked at that because he said that he looked like he needed some, and it's like, but he's no longer here. Like
No,
so
I
that
feel like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like it was to stir up some controversy. You need some more
yeah.
content, so you're gonna stir up
Hmm.
some controversy. He knew that him going to that mural, okay, everybody that's in O Block and everybody that's behind Vine, especially here, you don't go over there to the mural if you're from the other side. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, especially not coming out on the internet and doing all of this promo about it. Okay. So I feel like his he says all the time, who do I hate the most? The old blockians. I don't like the old blockians. Ooh, because he knew somebody was gonna say something. And then it was gonna start a back and forth with whoever that somebody is.
Yeah.
And you know, the
People
everybody
want
in
to
O
see
Block.
that. Hmm.
Exactly. And everybody in O Block, they band together, you know. So when one starts talking about you, all of them start talking about you. So like I said, like, E Dog said something, Mona Duke said something, like people that know are normally not, putting out what they feel on the internet, they started saying stuff. So it which gives him more momentum.
Yeah.
Why are
Okay,
you doing that?
but you got the old block ends talking about over whooping and stuff like that. It seemed like they had
Hmm.
embraced J Main to a certain degree. So maybe he felt like he wasn't doing nothing wrong. I don't know. I just don't. I don't think he was trying to incite anything. And then
Hmm.
Bezu gets on DJU and stomps the whoops like,
No.
like how far are
That
we?
was so funny because DJU he got on live after that. He was like, "Man, I still got a little bit left in this box right here," and he showed like he had maybe, I don't know, a
See,
third of
I
his
honestly
box
feel
left.
like
That was funny.
there's a group chat that they're all in,
Hmm.
and they're coming up with these little skits for us to get us like, because look how like y'all laughing. Is it like engaging? I don't
It's
know.
very engaging. It's very engaging.
Hmm.
But it's also very emotional because a lot of people died. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then
Yes.
you ask
Hmm.
yourself, like when they pull these type of antics for the algorithm or for whatever for publicity, are you really
Hmm.
serious about the piece or not? That question comes up because respect still has
Right.
to be there to some degree. I understand that.
Right. I mean, some of them still think, they think of J Man, you a comedian now, like even before that, he wasn't on as like a killer or nothing. He said that he worked at the hospital. He had $2,000 shoes, walking the block or whatever, or whoever he was with. He wasn't, into all of that stuff like that. Yeah, he was around all of these people. Yes, he was shot at. Yes, he saw people. He said all of that on his interview with Adam, but at this point, it's like it's a thin line, between your comedy versus, you starting some more shit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying?
you
So,
previously making all these diss songs, like
and
people
exactly, and
forget
people
that.
did
People
not forget.
forget
They
that.
didn't forget. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's what you was known for. Like that's how you became known. Like you was making all these just because the songs are gone, that doesn't mean that
Hmm.
people forgot about it.
Yeah, that's true, OMC, that they need to be careful. But I know E-Dog been on live more than I ever seen. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I mean, and they're not in Chicago. They're showing that they're, in other places, and which is good, I guess, because before that, they were all posted up in O Block. And, I don't know. This whole thing with this back and forth with Jay Main and uh, the trial coming and, free this, free that, they making sure they have their O Block chain in front of the camera at all times. It's just like something else.
Well,
When
they
does it
gotta be
stop?
careful doing that because if they read the reports that's coming out, they're not finished with arrests.
Hmm.
They're not. They're
Exactly.
not. They're still open to that because it's a superseding indictment. So
Exactly.
if I was them, I would calm down like a little bit.
And chill out because whatever comes up as they continue on with this trial can open up some more can of worms. Because as the heat goes, gets put on, somebody gonna open their mouth. Like Mama Duck already said that, they telling on each other up in there. So you don't know what else is gonna come from that.
Right, and murder has no statute of limitations.
None.
So if they decide to go digging up and all of that stuff that went down, just if I was
Hmm.
them, I would just fall back and don't be up there trying to issue out no threats what you gonna do to somebody and all of that.
Hmm.
Like knock that off. It's over for that now.
Right. It is. It's over with. So I don't know. You just hope that Chicago will be able to heal once this, trial goes through and goes on because everybody waiting to hear. Everybody's waiting to hear what's going on, what happened, who else is going to get arrested, all of that. They are waiting for
Duck
it
said
because
that they're not going to really get into the trial till the 23rd because right now they're just doing
right,
all of the logistics and getting the stenographers and the doggone jurors together. And
jurors.
I think they're going to have the jurors be anonymous just like YNW Melly.
I hope so. I hope
Mm-hmm.
so. I hope they take a page out of that book.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Because this case is huge. And I remember I forget who it was that I was arguing with about that. And I'm like, this case is about to be huge. It's probably going to be the case of the, decade or something like, what about boy? Listen, this whole
Listen, it's,
thing
it's
with,
it's several cases, but that doggone case is gonna be a very big. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a
it's
lot.
going to be huge. Look how far back they going, Queen. This
Yeah.
Borderland stuff and all, YNW, they're talking about this specific case in and of itself, this one. This
Mm-hmm.
stuff with Duck is going way back.
Yep.
And like
Because it
they
leads
said, anything that pops up in the interim, there are still going to be more arrests to happen.
right. And
So
why they have it
that's
as a
different.
superseding. That's the key word,
Yes.
superseding. So
Yes.
then also, where it happened at, Mama Duck said that this was. She said it was news chucks all over the place. Like they getting
Mhm.
ready because they're gonna
Mhm.
be reporting on that case. We're gonna hear every day what happened in that courtroom from the news people.
Mhm. Yep. And like I said, everybody wants to know what happened because everybody saw Duck. Everybody saw him. And those people that didn't know who it was, right when it was reported, shortly found out who it was, you
I know
know,
I
and
did.
it was posted everywhere. It was weird. It was the whole day was weird after that.
There's this lady from England. She does readings, and she was doing a reading on at the FBG Duck case, and she was singing all the lyrics to Slide. Okay, she
See?
knew all the
Mm-hmm.
lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because those people that didn't know him knew him then. They
Right,
knew him then all over the place.
all over.
Exactly, Chris. They going back to Tuka and OD's death. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And
Exactly.
maybe before even that, like they're gonna go in
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna change Chicago. This was equivalent to what I saw happen here in New York when they shot that police officer that was guarding a witness's house, and they shot him
Mm-hmm.
in his head and executed him. This
Mm-hmm.
this is that event changed New York City, and this event that happened with Duck is gonna change Chicago.
Oh, I hope, listen, I hope it changes us for the better
Mm-hmm.
because if you look at legal help firm, every single day, multiple people are shot and killed here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad because we just found out that one of the it was a father and son that was killed here. That was my daughter's friend from grammar school, his dad and grandfather. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she was in grammar school, we used to have them all together, going to little parties and stuff. That's insane.
What they
Like,
was
what
trying to
is
rob them
wrong?
or something?
We don't know. We don't know for real,
Yeah.
like what all happened. But, and luckily it wasn't right in Chicago. It was like the suburb of Riverdale, but still, we have a connection to the father. At least I don't know if I met the grandfather at all. He probably was there for the little boy's birthday, but still, you know what I'm saying? And
And that's
that
the
thing
suburb.
goes
What y'all
a
trying to split
suburb of
it into the
Chicago,
suburbs
Riverdale.
now?
Hmm. Yeah, that it's all over the suburb. What's funny, well, it's not funny, but what's sad is that people in Chicago, you want to relocate somewhere else, but still stay close to Chicago in
Mm-hmm.
order to, call yourself giving your kids a better life or to get them, out
Mm-hmm.
of the
That's like
area.
New
And
York
then
too
you
when they
just
go to.
take that there.
Mm-hmm. And you be right there on the outskirts. They do that here.
Yeah, but you take the same stuff that you was trying to get away from, you take it to
Mm-hmm.
wherever you going,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because
Or
then
they
your buddies start
follow
coming
you.
out there.
Yep. Or it follows you there.
Hmm. It's true. So, like, I don't know what happened to them. I mean, the dad, I think, was in his 40s and the grandfather was in his 60s. So I don't know exactly what happened to them. We do know that they were shot to death. We don't know the circumstances,
That is
though.
so sad. That is horrible. My
Yeah. So,
condolences
I
go
mean,
out to the family and you because you knew him. So that's
yeah.
very sad.
It is very sad. And it's just, I don't know. It just keeps happening all day, every day. Kids on the way to school, somebody gets shot and killed. Kids get out of school, somebody gets shot and killed. Early in the morning, on your way to work, 3, 4 in the morning, somebody gets shot and killed. On your way home, somebody shot and killed. It's just insane. It's insanity. And we keep seeing videos, of people just opening fire. That one that was with the 8 people that were shot in River North, last week? You see them all out there, and this guy, I know you saw all those cameras. I know you did. You just pull out your I don't know what kind of automatic weapon he had, but he just started shooting on camera in front of everybody.
They don't give a damn.
They don't care. Hey Coco,
Hey, Coco.
taking hood mentality to the burbs. That's exactly it. That is it. You saw that too, Chris. That's what I mean. It's just, and it was 8 people that were shot. I think one person died. I want to say. And then they had a 23-year-old girl that was just shot in the head. Like what?
Mm-mm-mm.
It's just
And
too
the one
much.
that
And
Spike was telling us about that he knew her, that used to be with his sister,
yes,
got shot
the
in the
one that
face.
got stabbed, the one that used to be with his sister, or
Hmm.
the one that got stabbed.
I think he said she got shot in the face.
Oh yeah, 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 that one. Because
Hmm.
he knew the other little girl, the 16-year-old that got shot in the, I mean, that got stabbed in the chest,
Oh yeah, 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 that one
and
too.
that
Yeah.
was on video
And
too.
that was
Like,
like a week before the girl got shot in the face. Like,
yeah, like what is happening? And it's little
hmm
girls too. So, I don't know. That's why I stay in the
so
house. I go to my destination, I come back, and I'm in the house.
they need better. They need better gun. They need more police and better gun laws out there. They
Hmm.
know what's needed. They know what's needed. They trying to clean it up. I'm telling you, they trying to. This is sad, man.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know what they're gonna do as far as the police go because, just like in other areas too, you could get a gang member that has never had a record become the police. And then what does that do? How does that help us? You know,
Listen, if they
a
could
lot of,
clean up the mess, I'm telling you, it was a mess in New York City. It was.
mhm,
If they can clean up all the cartels, all the whole
right.
mob, and the street niggas, they can do that over there. I'm telling you, they're not as
Hmm.
organized as the organized crime was, and they took their ass down.
Well, I hope they do because it's
They could
just,
do it if they want to do it. They just don't want to do it.
hmm it's a lot. It really is. And you just feel bad for the little kids. And that's really a part of the movement
Listen,
that these kids can't do it.
if they could take down the mob and see
Hmm.
without no bragging, no internet, no social media. This is a piece of cake. You hear me?
Hmm.
Facts.
Hmm.
Especially with all the self snitching going on here.
Exactly.
And why is it taking so long? That's the part that's killing me is it's a whole bunch of self-snitching. It's been self-snitching.
Yeah.
Why is it taking y'all so long to clean it up with all of the evidence right there on the internet? It's
Be-
right there.
because when they start locking people up, sis, they're gonna be getting assholes full of football numbers, girl.
They need to.
They're gonna throw them people in there for 30 years and better. I'm telling you. I seen this shit happen already.
I'm just like I said, I hope so because the evidence is out there. You just be surprised. Even some of the stuff that you see on YouTube and people screen recording and stuff like that. You like, I can't believe you said that on your IG live. Why would you say that? Why would you say
And
that?
LA too. LA was terrible. Like LA was fucking like yo. With them drive-bys and shit in the 80s, 90s, bodies
Mm-hmm.
was dropping all over the place. They stopped that shit. They slowed that shit down.
Well, they really need to step it up
These people is
because these
allowing
kids
this
want to
shit to
live.
go on in Memphis and all these places, St. Louis. They allowing all this shit, yo.
Mm-hmm.
How do these kids get 30s? How?
Exactly. Or the little kids that, you leave your gun. What was that video we saw on IG? The guy ended up getting arrested. They were doing a video or they were doing something, and the little kid walks behind them, and the gun was just laying on the couch. The little kid ends up shooting herself in the hand
Mm-hmm.
or something, and he ended up getting arrested. But like, why do you have your gun just laying on the couch? Where they do that?
They be popping them pills and
Yeah,
smoking
that's what I was about to
the
say.
That's
extra
crazy.
drug
Or
induced
drunk. Mm-hmm.
weed and all this shit, man. We had 2, 3 strands of weeds when I was growing up. Chocolate Thai, regular, and doggone cess. Okay,
Mhm.
I don't all these different strands. I can't keep up with all this.
Mhm. And they like that feeling, that out of control feeling. Like, what is wrong with you? See, Chris said a dude will do a hit with a mask on, get away with it, and go and make a song about it, then call everybody else a snitch for them snitching on themselves. Exactly. Because they don't think anything is wrong with them putting it in a song. You giving everybody verbatim what happened from start to finish. You don't
Mm-hmm.
think that you don't think that's snitching. But we talked about too, like the definition of snitching. Like they have changed the whole definition to fit whatever, is going on at the time that they disagree with.
Yeah, because they separated the ones that know from the ones that don't know. And the ones that
Hmm.
don't know don't respect the ones that do know. So they don't listen.
Right.
That's why their asses is getting caught up in these storms and ruining their lives. And nobody cares.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's insane. Because all of this back and forth about who snitched. You snitched on yourself. You snitched on your friend. You snitched on all these people. Were
I'm
they
over
involved
it.
in the same crime? Because I thought snitching was you and your buddy, you go rob somebody, right? You guys end up getting caught, whatever the case may be. Your buddy not saying nothing. So then they come to you. And then you say, oh, no, it was all him. He was the one. So, you can let me up out of here. That was him. He called me to give him a ride, and I didn't know that he was going to rob somebody. That's snitching to me.
They was calling A a snitch because his sister's man killed his aunt, killed 2 of his friends, killed his aunt friend and killed his friend, damn near
Hmm.
killed him and shot another person. And they was calling A a snitch because on his deathbed, where they told him he was gonna die in 5 minutes, on his deathbed he said that it was Kevin, the dude that did it, Calvin in the movie. Y'all know him as
Hmm.
Calvin. I don't see that as snitching. But you're supposed to let him go home like Juice and be all in your mother in them face and he killed you?
But that's what I mean. That's like, we was talking about Mad Max, you know? Like, he on his deathbed, and he said who shot him. So
So
are
he
you a
knew he
snitch if
was
you
dying
say,
though?
Yeah, they told him
I'm sure he did. He knew
he
he
was
was
on the
dying.
stretcher and the police came in there and the police asked the doctors how much time does A have, how much time, and the doctor said 5 minutes. And they said, well, we need those 5 minutes. And they started questioning him.
Damn.
Exactly. Thank you for the cash out.
And how is it that he fucking the one that broke the code when A took care of him when he got him from jail, gave him $15,000 in cash, gave him
Hmm.
a spot to be over for $10,000 in cash that he didn't have to go to, and took him to the garage and told him to pick out any new car he wanted. How the fuck is
Hmm.
that he turned around and tried to kill him and you supposed to protect him?
Exactly. And that's my thing. How are you snitching if you are the victim? That I have a problem with that. If you're the victim, it's not like y'all was both sitting there shooting at each other. You know what I'm saying? At the time of whatever this was. But if you're the victim, how is that making you a snitch?
I don't know,
Is it
but
because you out in the
I'm
street?
not gonna
Does
let
that
somebody
it?
that pretended that they was cool with me go and live and then be around my family while I'm dead in the name of the street
Hmm.
for to protect somebody who tried to fucking kill me that I just did all that shit for and tried to help. Hell, fuck that shit.
Right. So you know what they would probably do to your family if they thought that, maybe you left something behind. I'd rather tell somebody
Hey
for
Al.
something like that. These people are crazy.
They are crazy, and they probably would have did the same thing if they was laying on that stretcher with 2 bullet holes in their head and 7 fucking bullet holes in their body. They asses will probably be dead any fucking way.
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, Outlaw. That's I don't know. It's like they taking the snitching rule to the extreme. We taking it to the extreme. If somebody goes to the grand jury and they try to ask you questions and you say whatever you need to say, not necessarily pinning anything on anybody because you don't know anything about the crime that they're prosecuting people about, right? But you say what you need to say in order to get out that seat because you had nothing to do with it and you got a family to raise. Why are you a snitch?
Well, Coco
My
just
thing
said when
is,
you're active in the street, no talking. That's cool when it's just you. But if you gonna lay
hmm
there and let the same motherfucker that be up in your mother and them face and your family's face go back to them while you dead and can't protect them, that's on you.
right. Exactly. Exactly. So you would be okay if this joker was your friend and they turned around and was trying to rob you and they try to shoot you to kill you. Be okay going back to your
Not
house where
only
your
that,
kid is.
killed 3 people.
Well,
Killed
that's what I'm saying. And go back to the house where your
Yeah, killed your
children are.
aunt, killed your friend, killed all these people. You gonna protect them? That's on you.
Hmm. Right. I don't know. That whole snitching thing it is just it seems like every week it's another narrative. It's different. This part, but wait a minute, we gotta put this little part in here because this angle, this was my boy, and my boy don't snitch, and what he did was not considered snitching. Come on, man. I can't do all of this every week. It changes to fit whatever narrative. That's insane. So I don't know, y'all. So did we go over everything? I think we went over the snitching. We went over Jada. We went over Chrisean. We went over J May. Oh, you remember when I put in the chat about the lady that was refusing to get out of the car because he took her to
Oh,
what is it?
To the cheese
To
factory.
the Cheesecake Factory.
yeah.
Like, lady, what?
These hoes be
She
watching.
gonna say somebody look good as me. You can't take me to the cheese. Lady, I'm a chick. I'm a chick, okay? And I like dudes. But you are not cute like that to be talking. You better go ahead on somewhere.
Well, that's what y'all get when y'all pick these reality show chicks, okay? Y-
Exactly.
Y'all better check her mentality. If you're gonna smash it, smash it. But if you're gonna carry on a relationship with them, that's what you're gonna have to expect.
And I couldn't believe like he over here talking to her saying, well, can we talk about it? Are you on live? And she said, yes, I am. And sure, we can talk about it. I would have left. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna need for you to get out for a second. And left her right there. Skirt, skirt. Left her
He
right there.
probably
You hear
wasn't gonna
me?
get out though.
Man, I would have called the police, called somebody. Hey, this little, you know what? Won't get out my car.
And this is why you should just take your own car.
Well, this is true. And she thought she had a sucker. That's what it was.
Exactly.
She thought she had a sucker. And he was like, what's wrong with cheesecake factory?
Right.
Mm-mm-mm.
They got a
Oh,
lot of
Lord
good
have
stuff
mercy.
there. A lot of
Yes,
options.
they do. Yes, they. But here's the thing, though. If you want to sit up here, why don't you go take yourself to Ruth Chris or whatever you want to go to?
That's what I would have told her if I was him. I would have said, "Well, take your ass over there then.
Right.
Sit there
What
and
the
eat my."
hell? Or if she won't want to get out the car, be like, oh, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I meant to take you over there. I get over there, open the door for her, and be like, wait a minute, my wallet in the car. Skirt. See ya.
Drop
Have a
that
good.
hoe off at Burger King.
Do you hear me? Sayonara. Why don't
Mm-hmm.
you call one of your other people to come and get you? Are you serious? I don't know what it is that they expect from guys these days.
He said Burger King value menu.
Exactly. He talking about he on a budget. D, we not playing with you, okay? When he say he gonna take us to the Motel 6, I am not playing with him.
Mm-mm.
But I don't know, like what do you do in that instance? Like, so if you are, let's say Lexi, so the guy asks you out on a date. Okay, this is your first date. You guys have been talking for a month, and you kind of, digging each other, whatever, what the bam. So he takes you on. He comes to pick you up, and he takes you to, let's say, Burger King. What you gonna say, Lexi? She like,
Okay, see, that's where I draw the line. I'm sorry because I'm not going to know. I could do Applebee's, but Burger King, like,
Mhm. Okay, so let's say he took you to Applebee's, and he said, "Oh, you can order whatever you want. What the bell? So you get yourself a nice little drink, and you get yourself, whatever you want to eat. You guys have nice conversation, and then after that, he's trying to come in your house.
Oh shit.
yeah, no.
Oh shit.
Queen said,
Not the trying to come in the house after that.
"He trying to come in your house." Somebody, no, I want to let's sit down and let's watch a movie or something.
Yeah, we not doing none of that. And first of all, you wouldn't be trying to come to my house because you wouldn't know where I live. So you would have to follow me out.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly.
That's how you gotta
But
do it
see,
nowadays when you're dating. You gotta duck where you live. You gotta move like you a gang member out this bitch.
but they don't do that. They don't do that. They want to sit up here and have people picking them up, and that's why
Girl,
you
you
see
picking
like
me
some of
up.
these females and stuff. They know where the dude live at. Find out he got another girl. Now you trying to bust car windows and shit. Fuck the girl.
Mm-mm. You ain't
Child.
picking me up, brother. I'm sorry. I'll meet you somewhere.
Yeah, no, my son is here with me too. No, you don't
Hmm.
know where I live.
I'm telling you, back in my days, I always drove. I remember a dude told me before. He was like, "Why you always meeting me?" It's like you. What he say? um, you taken away from my duties as a man. I was like, well, if you feel like me driving to meet you is taking away your duties as a man, then we do not need to talk any further. And I stopped talking to him.
I remember one time I was dating this guy. I wasn't really dating him. He was just chilling with me. He came to my house. We was cool for a long time. And he
Hmm.
came to my house, and then it's like all of a sudden he tried to like jump on me, like to sleep with me or something, right? And I was like, nah, we ain't doing that. I said, matter of fact, get the fuck out, because
Right.
I was mad by that time. And he started taking off his jewelry like we gonna fight. I said, you think you got wins in my fucking house? So
What? Taking
yeah,
off his jewelry.
I said, you think you got wins in my house? And then when he saw the look on my face, like, cause I was about to stab this nigga, yo. When he saw the look on
See?
my face, he started like going down the steps real slow, and I kicked his ass down the fucking steps. Like I'm crazy like that. So now
I ain't
I don't
mad
let
at you.
people in my fucking house. Like I don't let people in my house. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going to change for me to let anybody
Hmm.
come to my house, but at this point, ever since then,
Hmm.
I kicked his ass right down the steps to kicked him right in his ass.
That's the
Out
thing
my
too.
house.
I feel you on that, Queen, because I had like a situation that happened. And I was like dating the guy for 9 months, so it was kind of like, that's why I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't date because like you just don't know with people.
You don't. You don't. There was one time too where I was cool with this dude. Me and my homegirl was cool with him. And we went over there to hang out with him, meet him at his house so we could go to the club because we always used to go out all the time and party. So I went to meet him there and all of a sudden he tried to jump on me. I destroyed that fucking house, yo. I took his own lamp and hit him in the head with it. I
I
must
ain't
his
mad.
balls must be hurting to this day the way I was squeezing the hell. I beat the shit out of him. When my friend came in there, when she came like a few minutes after I trashed his house and beat him up, And she was like, Renee, what happened? I said, this nigga tried to touch me. I stopped trusting men after a while. Like, too many
Yeah.
things was happening.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
because it they have like this like ego and feel like, oh, I'm that dude that like I could touch your thigh and you just gonna want me after that. Like what?
No, this
Right.
nigga jumped on me on the couch, like jumped on top of me on the couch.
No,
Yo.
I know, but I'm saying like in that's how he felt. Like you want me because I know
No,
I'm
I know
that
what you're
dude.
saying. I know what you're saying, but he like went to the extreme, like, and I just went beast mode on his ass. Like,
I ain't mad at you. Cause
yeah.
that's the worst thing. Like you go to the movies or you doing whatever and Joker put their hand on your thigh. Like, I know you ain't touching me. I know you're not touching me, bro. I get loud in the movie theater. I don't care. I know you're not touching me. For real. Like, remove your hand right now
You're like,
before I
nah,
break
baby,
it.
I thought we was vibing though.
Come on,
Yeah,
baby.
it's
I
really
thought
a
we was.
dilemma.
Get your
Like
ass.
it's really a dilemma in dating these days. Like for real. Like some of them get
Mhm.
too over like jealous and get too serious before you want to be serious, and
Right?
then they
Then
try to
you gotta
boss you around.
talk to
Where you
this
go? Oh,
person
wait, I
and
called you. You didn't pick up the phone, and get the fuck out of here.
You see, D talking about I don't even let fab over. They niggas be silly.
Me neither. Me neither. D.
I feel you for real. It's a true story. Oh
Like
my
don't try to
God.
invade my personal space. Like if you really want to
Mhm.
see me get out of character, that's when people try to invade my personal space.
Mhm.
No. Mm-mm.
Yep. Because people do too much. They do too much. And who? So we talked about this before. Um, who do you think talks more, men or women?
man.
Queen.
I learned something else too with men. I don't tell them. I don't talk that much to men. I let them do the talking. I want to see who I'm dealing with here. You're not gonna get
Mhm.
no idea of my personality or none of that shit. I'm gonna listen to you first. Because they use that shit against you. And do not ever tell a new person you in a relationship something that happened with you in the last relationship. Don't fucking do it.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know and see who talks more. I think it depends on the person.
Think so? I
Yeah.
don't know. I hung around a lot of dudes, and I was just sitting there listening, like, damn, y'all worse than these chicks.
I used to hear dudes like when females go past, they be like, "Yeah, she was sucking my dick the other day in the house," and
Exactly.
and I was like, I made a vow to myself, they ain't gonna never be able to say no shit like that about me when I walk
Hell
past.
no.
You know
Hell
what I'm
no.
saying?
Exactly. And that's the problem. Like, I don't know, 'cause I hung around more guys than females. 'Cause, females used to do too much catty mess. I don't do all of that. They gossiping every 5 minutes. I can't do all of that.
Mm.
But I was sitting here with some of the fellas, like, you gossiping just as much as the chicks.
Oh yeah, they will gossip, especially about females. They will talk dirty about these females, honey. It was some
Mm-hmm.
stuff I was embarrassed, and it wasn't me even me.
Mm-mm. And the fact that they will sit and talk about a chick to their guy, but then if their guy hooks up with the chick, now you mad. Like, but you was just talking about her like she wasn't nothing, and all the stuff that she do. Now you mad because your friend hooked up with her. Like, I don't understand. He said I cut females off when they start talking about dudes. Dang. Okay, Don. I don't care to hear who you was with before. I like to think you think you was the only one, huh, D? Yes. I
Some
expect that
some
from you.
some men use your old relationship what happened and they use it against you. Like
Mhm.
they play you with it.
Mhm. That's true. But they can bring up their ex all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. What do you feel about okay, so let's say you with a guy and you've been with him, I don't know, let's say 6 months. Okay. You guys have been, having talks of moving forward and all of this stuff. Then you find out. that his ex and him are still really, really cool. And, whenever she's in a bind, he pays.
How would you figure that out? That they really cool.
Well, I said you find out that they're
But
still
how?
really,
Like
really
they
cool.
telling you, or you
No, you
snooping?
just find out because you find out that he's been paying, whenever she's in a bind. Let's say something happens and you find out that he's been paying when she's in a bind, and when you guys talk about it, oh, we still real cool. That's like fam, you know,
No,
and when
if
she
we
in a
if
bind, I'm paying.
no, if we in the same household and we sharing our finances together, and you taking it and you paying another chick bill, we gonna have a problem.
Mhm. Mhm.
And they
Absolutely.
don't got kids together.
Nope. Because I personally know somebody like that. Like they were first loves in the beginning, and he ended up, they were together, and then they kind of grew apart, and in the grew apart era, they still were like best friends or so. Okay, he ends up getting married to somebody, but if this one over here call and say, "Hey, my car broke down," on the way.
Oh, my son's father used to do that with me, so I ain't gonna.
Hey, my so and so, on the way. He coming to her no matter what. He'll leave his family dinner and come to her.
My son's father told his girl that if something happened with me and I don't have nowhere to go, that I'm coming to his house. so 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 sometimes that happens. I ain't gonna lie, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, well, if you don't have nowhere to go, maybe. But even then, like the other chick is gonna feel some kind of way. Like I know I would. You ain't bringing a hoe to my house. You got me messed up, you know. But this joker would drop everything. I don't care what time of day, night, early morning. Don't care. He would drop everything, get out of his bed with his wife, and go to see about her. And I was just like, huh,
I'm
okay.
tired of all the drama surrounding relationships. Like
Wait, what you say, D? Who
he
in
gonna
the
have
chat?
his shit together.
That's what they give for free advertising. I know, right? That's true. So I don't know, y'all. We've been up here for how long? It's been an hour and 30
Almost
minutes.
almost 2 hours. I'm about to get up and go get me something to eat. Watch me
Same
a fucking
here.
scary movie or something.
That sounds good, Queen. I might have to do that.
Yeah, I'm taking a YouTube break tonight. Like I'm not. I'm working on a documentary on Tupac and Biggie. So
Okay.
and I
And
finished
y'all
my
hear that?
yeah.
Queen's working on the documentary. Which page is gonna be on, Queen?
Queen Lotus 126.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So, we appreciate everybody that tuned in today. We hope that you enjoyed us today. And we'll probably be on again next week, y'all.
Yes.
We said that maybe once the trial starts, that we'll try to jump on it as updates unfold, and try to tell you guys some of those updates if you don't already know. But other than that, we'll probably see you next week. Lexi, you want to tell them where to find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at sexylexi89. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back with y'all next weekend.
All right, and Queen.
you can find me at Queen Lotus 126 on YouTube. And you can find me at lotus.queen.31 on Instagram and on Only the Ladies Network.
That's right. And you guys, you can find me on IG and on YouTube at the one and only underscore NC, and also a part of the Ladies Network. So we have three others that are a part of the network, and they'll hop on, as they have time to. But we'll see you guys next time. Thank you all for stopping by. Love everybody.
Much love, y'all. Stay safe. So how you think that went?